Funny story, I actually got this hat for Austin, but he said it was a dad hat. And I was like, that's convenient, because you're a dad. Okay, gonna have to work with this lighting. Hello, guys. Okay, we're gonna try this again because I just couldn't do it. Okay, we're gonna try again. So, it's good to see you. Hey, guys. Some of you have been watching our lives daily for a while now, and for the ones that maybe didn't know, 2024 was one of the hardest years we have ever experienced. It was definitely the hardest year of our adult lives. Challenging for us financially. One of mine and Austin's New Year's resolution was to become closer in our religion. What happened was the enemy took that and ran just like as fast as he could. He just ran with it. We both can confidently say that the last year was the hardest on us financially, mentally, physically, maritally, any way that you could think. We were attacked spiritually. But some of our most life-changing moments came out of the worst year of our lives. In February, we actually took our very first trip alone. It was like a whole overnight thing. It kind of marked a revolutionary moment with us because Austin actually convinced me to start taking YouTube more seriously. Began our YouTube career. That's where it all started, was February of last year. And it was because of that trip. He knew that this had been a dream of mine since I was a kid. I've always wanted to do YouTube full time. Just wanted to make people laugh from as long as I can remember. I loved making videos, any kind of videos, music videos. I would write down like these timestamps with my friends and we would film them like by the seconds. Extravagant bootleg music videos to songs I found on YouTube audio library. That was just one of my favorite things to do as a preteen. I would write out like full scripts, dance moves, I would act out scenes. I was just like a little mini director, honestly. I'd say age 10 to 13 I was doing stuff like this. I would do this with my friends, I would do this with my family, I would do this by myself. And eventually my boyfriend, who is now my husband, Austin, he was just always so supportive of my dreams. I loved editing, singing, acting, writing songs, you name it. Any ideas that I had, I pursued them. I would write poetry. I even entered a few poetry contests and I actually won one. I had my poem published in the local library. But getting back on track, in my early preteen and teenage years, I tried out things like auditioning for Disney, or modeling. I even somehow got a gig on MTV. Some of you guys have heard about it. There was actually a scene on that show, True Life, where Austin and I were writing and singing a song together. But I don't think it ever actually made it into that episode because it actually was about dieting. But yeah, I got on this MTV show for dieting, this weird diet I was doing. My point is, it was at no surprise to me and a lot of others around us that Austin and I just became inseparable from a very young age. We were just the best of friends. We still are to this day. Because like I said, you know, we were just always so creative. He's such an artsy, like musically inclined, creative, just gifted person that I truly gained so much from just by being around him. Being in his presence, even to this day. We bounce off each other like lightning. I mean, when we get an idea, we could just go on about it forever. Like, we should do this and we could do this and I have this idea and you have that idea, and just, that's our dynamic, and it's always just worked so great, and we've always just felt so heard when we are talking about our future plans. And in fact, one of our favorite things that we would do, we would go out to eat. The entire time, we would quite literally just daydream together. Just plan out our lives, our futures, our dreams, and we'd just talk about everything we wanted to achieve together. And all of our plans have just so perfectly resonated and aligned with each other. We truly felt like the dream team growing up, and he's what got me through some of the hardest years of my life. He knows that. Going into like early adulthood, I was truly blessed to have him because I don't even know if I would be here if I didn't have Austin. I was dealing with a lot growing up, and especially during that part of my life. I believe that if soulmates are real, he is just 1000% mine. A gift from God above, truly. To be blessed with one of our truest gifts given from God, which was our son, Ryder. And not to stray away, we just created this beautiful life together. But the point is, let me try to open this. It's getting quite dark in here, you guys. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. But the point I was trying to make here is that our entire life, we've always just wanted to be in the spotlight. Even from as young as I could remember, as young as he could remember, I would sing loud and proud in front of anybody that would listen. That was just how it was. As young as I can remember, that's how I lived my life. I actually remember one time my mom told me there was this country singer at Walmart because she worked there at the time. So she asked him if I could sing in front of him. We went in the back and I just belched "Jesus Take the Wheel." He ended up giving me a signed copy of one of his CDs at the time. I always wanted to be the center of attention. That was clear to everybody. I would sing at churches, family gatherings, nursing homes. I would make plays and skits for my families, friends. We would do parades. This was just in my nature to like perform, to be a performer. So I loved auditioning for pretty much anything but talent shows. They were my favorite thing ever. Just being on stage in general was one of my favorite things. I actually have always told Austin I want like a stage area like in my house or like outdoor because I just love being on stage. He does too. Austin and I even participated in our school's first talent show. He actually rapped and I played the keyboard up on stage together, and that was quite fun. I might take this hat off. But basically, yeah, we've just always been performing together. And just, I'm so sorry it's getting so dark in here. I might just turn on the light. Maybe I can turn my brightness up so you guys can see me a little bit better. Maybe if I put it right here. Can you guys see me? A little bit more. Okay. Okay. We're gonna see if that works for now. But okay. Just trying to finish this video before it literally gets dark in here. That little bit of spark that you can see come on their face. That was what I lived for. I mean, even to today, that's pretty much the type of person I am. So, I had to navigate that into a more positive way because I will definitely say that I wasn't doing that in the best of ways sometimes, but anyway. So yeah, just to make somebody laugh, take them out of that everyday headspace. That's what I always wanted to do. I didn't exactly know how I wanted to do that because I had so many things I loved doing, but I knew that I loved making videos. But, getting a little bit into my backstory. Growing up, I didn't have the best childhood. I think anyone that knows me pretty much knows that. It's not really a secret. But I didn't have the best upbringing. The most ideal upbringing. I grew up in a pretty broken home. Actually in a lot of different people's homes that they would open up to me kindly. And a lot of people loved me. I was showered with just love and acceptance from pretty much anywhere I went in life. And, you know, I was just welcomed in most places. However, my mother, she was a single mom and she didn't have very much stability in her life. So God had blessed me with a lot of different opportunities in my life to be around a lot of caring people and a lot of different environments. So sometimes it would just be with me and my mom. Sometimes it would just be me and one of my brothers. But not a lot of the time would we be together, my brothers and my mom. It was usually just me by myself growing up. It just felt like a lot of the time I would have the whole world kind of dumped on me, which led me to slip up in school from a very young age. I would be that absent child pretty much as long as I can remember. I was just always the tardied kid, late to everything, fashionably late, of course, but yeah, I was late to pretty much anything. But no, guys, just from daycare to senior year, that was how I remembered my life being. Like, it was a rare occurrence for me to have a normal routine school life, or even school day most of the time. Sorry guys, but let me turn up my brightness a tad. Okay, I hope you guys can see me. I know the lighting is crazy. I might just take this off, honestly, so you guys can see me a little bit better. Oh. Okay. So, not only was I never early to things, guys, but most of the time I would get picked up early, from school. So that became also a routine, and not a very good one, because it led me to start skipping school from a very young age. But that being said, even though I would get picked up before the day was quite over pretty frequently, this was sometimes some of my fondest memories I have with my mother, even to this day. She would take me shopping. It was just always a fun time. She would pick me up early. She would take me shopping, whether it was window stores or grocery stores. I feel like it's important noting that my mother always picked me up when she was in a good mood, and she would be sober, and we would just have the best times together. So it became something that I looked forward to. Most kids look forward to getting picked up, but this definitely was one of the best times that I would have with my mother pretty much my entire childhood. This was how I remembered my mother being on her good days. Pretty much shaped me to be the person that I am today. Sorry, I keep looking at the viewfinder. Alright. But I was the oldest of my brothers, and a lot of people said that my mom was my friend. True. And a lot of people would tell me that my mom was my friend, not my mom, that my mom was my friend, not my parent. And when she wanted to hang out with me, she did. And when she didn't, I wouldn't know the next time I'd see her sometimes, or even talk to her. She was a young mom. Her and my dad split up when I was around 3 or so. So I have little to no memories of just like what a mother and father looked like. So I supplemented from homes that I would bounce around in and kind of filled in the blanks to make my happy home that I have today. I kind of made up my mind of what looked like the perfect life, all on my own. And I started shaping what a household should be from a very young age. So I like to say that this turned me into a certified people watcher. And just from a young age, I was taking the good and seeing the bad and trying to decode life, pretty much. How can I have the best life? How can I make the perfect family, essentially? Now, the times that I did live with my brothers, my mother would struggle with addiction of all sorts, but one of the most horrific ones was alcoholism. That was one that my brothers and I were very hypersensitive to, because her shift in her moods would change drastically, and I don't want to speak for her, but she also has a few like things that she went through. So as a child, we kind of grew up in fight or flight mode, especially me, just being the primary caretaker of what felt like my brothers and my mother at most times. So that was just kind of how I grew up, and a lot of people know that. It's just common knowledge at this point. I remember that I always felt like I had to protect my brothers when she would be in one of her states. I remember I would kind of have to save them from a lot of what could have been, should have been, were tragic incidents in our lives. And had I not been there with them, who knows what would have happened to them. Even to this day, I've taken on more of a motherly role to my brothers and just taking care of them in my mother's absence. Pretty much as soon as I moved out, no matter where I was, I mean, I was even living in a garage at one point, as me and Austin talk about. From an early age, my brothers were always in and out of my houses, my apartment, and my house that I currently live in. And my brothers were just always in and out, living with me. So I really did just take on a motherly caregiving role, and I really wanted stability, and I still want stability for my brothers. It's just something that this is not gone away today. This is something that I'm still battling and that they're still battling with. Yeah, it's just something that we're going through. So anyways, from a young age, you know, she was a single mom. She was working, you know, sometimes multiple jobs. She wasn't around a lot, and when she was, like I said, you know, the addictions would come out to play and things like that. So I would start to form what looked like a normal routine for them and me, whatever I thought that was. And I began to become fearful for them at times when I wouldn't be around. As I said, you know, I was going house to house for a while in my life. I just began to get anxiety when I wasn't around them. Most of the time growing up, I didn't have a phone, and my mom also didn't really ever have an actual phone, so it was just random numbers all the time. When I would be living somewhere else, I would have these very vivid, sometimes horrible dreams of seeing my brothers in danger at my mother's hand. I would be attempting to save them. I would wake up from these dreams in a chaotic frenzy, just bawling my eyes out most of the time. And once I actually had one of those dreams while it was just me and my mom in the house, and I jumped up because I was so scared of her. She actually saw me look back at her, and she was like, "Are you okay? You looked at me and you looked terrified." And bless her, like, it wasn't her fault that I was having these dreams, but I think it was just at the time how my mind maybe was coping with her addictions and traumas that she was dealing with. Hi guys. I had to fix the lighting. That look good? Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. We are back. Okay. I opt for the hat again, because my hair is going to bother me. Okay. Yeah. At times, growing up in my mother's house, sometimes it truly felt like there was like something just evil, just demonic, that would just take over her when she would drink. Sorry to say it like that, but that's just how it was. There was just so many occurrences. There were times where I'd fear for my life, my brother's lives, during one of her episodes, even her own life. One of these times that I truly feared for my mother's life. Anyways. One of the times that I truly feared for my mother's life was when I was in 7th grade. We lived in some old apartments, and my mother got into a huge argument with my stepdad over the phone. And that day she actually tried to take her life while I was there, alone. And from that point on, like from that day forward, how I viewed life was tainted. My grandmother became my primary caretaker at that time until I was about 16. And then I ended up moving back in with my mom, which Austin and I were actually dating by that point. He actually also lived with my mom for a little bit during that time. I'm sure you guys have heard some of the stories we've had to tell about that. Although I went through all that with my mother, I will say that she did try to show us as much love as she could and just show us how much she cared about us. She was a very loving mother when she was around us. It's honestly where I got a lot of my motherly traits from, just hanging on to those just motherly instincts that she had for her children when she would use them. She wasn't a cold, mean mom to us. She was just a single mom of 3 kids, all different dads. None of them ever usually stepped in to help. They didn't help very much financially either. They weren't there emotionally, physically, or financially for the most part. Pretty much all of our dads were not present in any of our lives, mine and my brother's. That caused me to take on just a whole lot. So you can imagine what my mom was also going through. But yeah, I filled in a lot of the times for both parties, mom and dad, at a young age. I took on both of those roles. However, I don't regret it. It did make me who I am today. The mother I am, the caretaker I am, the family woman I became, the kind of wife I am, the kind of teacher I am, the teacher in me. So yeah, I mean, I don't regret any of my life or any of the trials that I faced, because at the end of the day, they did make me who I am. And I've came to terms with who that is. In all the bad, and there was a lot, especially this year, came the good. Last February, we went on our first alone road trip together since senior beach week, actually. That was our first one. Yeah, we filmed our very first YouTube video because Austin said, just take your camera out, stop making excuses, and just do it. So we did. I filmed that day, and it's still up on our channel if you guys want to go look at it. But in March, Austin actually got up in front of a crowd with a band, and he had his very first ever open mic performance. It was actually the song I'm Confused, and that's now actually released on his new album. It was one of the very first songs he made for the album. Album name is called Everything Was Fine Until This Happened. And pretty much that entire album was based on just a horrible year, if you want to go check it out for him. In April, I actually began bird watching, created this art collection and drawings of birds that I would see in my yard, birds that I had seen. And not only that, but we were also blessed to find our dream fridge that we talk to you guys about all the time. That fridge was everything we wanted, and we got it for next to nothing. I mean, that was just a true blessing. Look at hubby. Even opening up our fridge today, we're like, how did we get this thing? This is so gorgeous. So happy, so blessed. Could not be happier with that. But yeah, so that was definitely a good thing that happened this year. A good find this year. Yeah, we were also able to
guys, like 80% off
money for some small projects that would end up making our home into something that we could be a little more happy with for a while. There were definitely some small but big changes that really helped just lighten up the house. And in May, we actually began attending Sunday school after church with other members around our age. On June 1st, you guys know that was our 5 years married. We were blessed to make it to 5 years in our marriage, and there were trials throughout those 5 years. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say that they were perfect. They were definitely challenging. And we were blessed to make it to 11 years together. Going on 12, guys, this June coming up. It's insane. So, and later on in that month, we finally became members of our church. And I became a member of Austin's family church, which is the one that we attend even today. And Ryder also was able to get baptized on that same day. So June was a really productive and just beautiful month for us. July, we actually finally got our house painted. Oh my gosh, guys, guess what we're doing? Guess what we just did? We just got the house painted, and yes, I am painting my house with a makeup brush. Do not judge, but come join us. We're going. You guys know about that. That was much needed as well. Definitely a project needed. So we got rid of all the Christmas trees on the wall that I had painted from the year prior.
Are you going to be part of the problem or part of the solution?
I'm going to be the whole problem.
So it was just a breath of fresh air. July was just a breath of fresh air. Yeah. August, by this point, we were actually doing daily lives.
1K! 1K!
Oh my God!
Hey!
Let me get it back. Hey! No, I don't want to die tonight. No, that's crazy.
You.
I love you too. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Good job, guys. Hey, pound it. Pound it, everybody.
Pound it.
Pinky
Oh
promise
gosh.
you'll stay.
Haley's so excited. Yes, pinky promise. Guys, if you were here
Let's
tonight.
go, guys.
Oh my God. And that began to grow our channel. As you guys know, this created lasting memories that we will never forget. Just the best time ever. And then comes September, where we took on one of the longest road trips that we have ever been on. Actually, the longest road trip probably of our lives. Yeah, driving from North Carolina to Nashville all the way to Texas, and we were blessed to make it back home safely. So that was an experience we will never forget. And not many people get to experience something like that. So definitely was a blessing in disguise. In October, we're actually going to church every Sunday by this point. This marked pretty much an entire year of us attending our church regularly. We were graciously asked to become more involved with our youth group at our annual pumpkin patch that you guys have heard us talk about and seen us do. Which actually, this was our first year doing the pumpkin patch by ourselves a couple of times. Every other time we've done it with family, so that was also something that was new to us, but we love doing the pumpkin patch, so that's a fun new experience for us. So by November, we were actually helping out with the youth weekly, and we're still fresh in it, guys. We're loving the adventures, the opportunities that are coming from that. And we're also just super excited to see what door of opportunities open and continue to lead us to while doing that. We actually have a trip coming up with our youth very soon at the end of this month, and it's our first trip we're going to be doing with them, and I hope we get to document it for you guys. Honestly, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to definitely be a new experience for the both of us, and I'm really excited for that. So I hope you guys will just follow us along on that journey. December. December was a hard month to look back on. Obviously, it was pretty recent. All of my brothers were dealing with a lot of hardships during that month that were out of my control, that were out of their control. But it allowed Austin and I to take a much needed break to reevaluate this channel and what we were putting out to you guys and putting out for the world to see, because I think it was time for us to start shifting into more meaningful content that truly meant something to us. Yeah, I have to wait for Cheryl. Sorry guys, hold on. I think Chico stopped barking. Oh, he's at the door. Chico's scratching at the door. It's funny. But yeah, we love being raw with you guys, and we want to make sure that when we share our rawest emotions that they're not falling on deaf ears. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Mood lighting.
Mood lighting. Alright, let's show you guys chow real quick.
Just a little baby right here, everybody.
Shibby.
He's like, please put me down.
Please put me down.
Just chill.
Okay,
And if I
anyways.
tell you, stop.
Oh my gosh, Austin, why have you been saying that lately? Okay, anyways. But yeah, and
Chubby boy.
so I would say that the break that we took really made us realize the people that we had in our lives.
So that for sure. And you know, like there's this big unsureness about YouTube just because we took I wouldn't say we went downhill, but we plateaued super hard.
And I think that was a reality check.
That kept like a, we were just unsure about everything,
Yeah.
But even if we plateau, right, we have a better meaning.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying. I think that was a much needed break because now we can just reevaluate our channel together.
That's
and,
for sure.
I don't know, I feel like it's just going to be like a lot more content
You're
that we...
pretty on camera.
Come here,
And
actually
off
hug
camera.
me. But yeah, I think that this is a good fresh start for us, you guys. And we're just so excited to come back. We have so many plans.
Yes.
And here you
We're
guys can't really
excited.
see Austin. But
We
yes, we're
are
very
excited.
excited. So I'm just happy that you guys are here watching this. And something else that the break did for us was like a lot of the I'm sorry, I get lost in Austin.
I was about to say,
But a lot of you guys, you don't know us personally, and you guys still just came to check on us and
yes,
make sure we're
you guys
okay.
are amazing. Like,
Yeah.
to our Rissy Austin fam out there, okay?
Yes.
To our Ram fam.
Our
okay?
Ram fam, I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, Ryder Austin, Marissa. Rissy Austin.
I don't like
Ryder
Ram.
Ram fam. You know what? We're going to say it. Hey, guys, if you feel like it sticks, put it in the comments,
If you
okay,
feel like
everybody?
it doesn't stick, write what you
Ram
think
fam.
does stick down
Although
below.
that sounds like a sport team, like
Yeah, I don't
fan
like
club.
it.
I don't know.
But
That's
anyways.
crazy. But yeah, guys, it really did show those of you who care about us, and we
Yeah.
already knew a lot of you cared about us anyways, because you guys would come back to the lives every single day. So it
Yeah.
kind of broke our heart
It
to
really
take
did.
this break. But I'm not gonna lie, with
It was-
work, with the
yeah.
holidays, with family and everything, I
It was
was
just much
getting in my
needed.
holiday funk, guys. You wouldn't have wanted to see me on camera,
No,
okay?
absolutely
But
not.
I'm getting out of it. We're doing the thing, okay?
We're doing the
And we're
thing.
coming back,
We got a
guys.
big
We
trip
miss
coming up
you.
at the end of the month, and we're
Yeah,
excited
you
to
guys
like...
are going to be a part of that, too. That's going to be super
Yeah,
fun.
I'm hoping we
I'm
can
excited.
document it. Honestly, I think it'd be a lot of fun. New
For
experiences are coming our way for 2025. We have high hopes, and we hope you guys are going to follow us along on this journey with how we're going to reevaluate our
100%.
channel and things like that. So, all right. We love you guys. Let's do a big hearts for them.
Big hearts for you from me and from both of us.
Ah, so cute. Did you guys miss that?
Yeah, I
Right
missed it.
there.
Holy
I
cow.
missed that.
Big hearts, everybody.
Big hearts, you guys. We love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys
Deuces.
soon. Bye.